Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
50 years ago this weekend, Britain was locked in the climax of a desperate battle for survival. And this underground room was one of the key nerve centers which decided the outcome. Exactly as you see it today, this was the operations room of number 11 Group Royal Air Force Fighter Command. From here, the squadrons defending London and the southeast of England were scrambled and vectored to face appalling odds in what was to become known as the Battle of Britain. Hitler's purpose was to smash the Royal Air Force prior to the launch of his invasion. That invasion, which would certainly have shaped the course of world history, never took place, thanks to the will of the British people and the men and women whose gallantry defied the German aggressor. And yesterday, before Buckingham Palace, that momentous struggle was commemorated where it was fought 50 years ago, both on the ground and in the air. But long before the Flypast was due overhead, the air was a very busy place.
Yes, indeed, Raymond. In fact, there are so many movements that an unusual decision has been taken to close 3 major airports for a few minutes: Heathrow, Stansted and London City. And that business of getting all of us over the Palace at the right time and in the right order is extremely complex. There are 15 types of aircraft involved in 7 formations, starting from 11 different airfields and flying at 4 different airspeeds. The fastest, the Tornadoes and other fighters and bombers, are flying at 415 miles an hour, the slowest at 160 miles an hour, and that's us in the Lancaster here. I'm sitting in the Lancaster wireless operator's position, behind the pilots and the navigator and the flight engineer. The 168 aircraft have been spread around East Anglia and northeast London in 8 different holding patterns. And because we're the slowest, we're closest, just over the Lee Valley between Enfield and Woodford. And from here, we've seen most of the other formations go by. When we leave here, we'll become second last, and as we run in, the Red Arrows will overtake us to arrive a minute ahead of us. So I'll leave you to join the rest as we start our stately progress towards central London.
Our thanks to Sean Maffett and to the memorial flight for giving him and our camera a view beyond price. But we have even more unique air-to-air coverage for you. Flight Lieutenant Tam Hazan has been appointed acting supernumerary BBC cameraman for the day aboard one of the Hawks from Brawley, now holding station in their rendezvous area and closing onto their position with a Nimrod and a pair of Buccaneers. And an unusual spectacle for most people, 3 big airliners in formation, standard practice for the RAF's VC-10s. An impressive and very potent group indeed. 16 Tornadoes capable of around the collective punch of the whole of 11 Group in 1940. And from that era, the heroes of the hour, the Spitfires and Hurricanes, who will be first along the Mall today, all flown by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight's pilots, who managed to squeeze this privileged job on top of their regular service duties. Back to the Hawk's eye view again as the formation gets on to the display heading over outer London. Now aboard the Lancaster over the Lee Valley reservoirs, its holding area to join the main formation. And here's the bomber's position, a view of the English landscape as seen by the Luftwaffe in 1940. But that turret of the Lancaster housed the same guns which aboard the Hurricanes and Spitfires barred Hitler's way to London, the achievement commemorated at Buckingham Palace today.
Prime Minister, members of the government and opposition, a very distinguished gathering indeed in the VIP gallery. And so we await the largest flypast seen over London since the Second World War. It consists of 7 separate formations, each formation of up to 4 distinct elements, several of disparate aircraft types, and of the 71 accredited squadrons which served under fighter command during the Battle of Britain, all still flying fixed-wing aircraft are represented today, and that's 32 squadrons in all, plus the Red Arrows and the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, and theirs is the honor of the lead. There are 5 Spitfires and 2 Hurricanes led by the Air Officer Commanding Number 11 Group, Air Vice Marshal Bill Ratton, today's successor to that great New Zealander Keith Park, who commanded the group in 1940. Bill Ratton then in the leading and oldest Spitfire, it's a Mark II, the 2 Hurricanes abreast, behind him the Spitz outboard, speed 180 knots, altitude 500 feet, and looking up at this formation with critical, if perhaps slightly moist eyes, some of those who flew those aircraft as the first of the few.